Here, skip out on the cheesy camera decoration gifts and actually get something your photographer friend will actually use and love. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna start off first with SD cards. I never have too many of these. Get the 64 gigabytes or the 128. Those are my preferences. A lot of photographers like to use these sizes. Make sure you're looking out for the megabytes per second. So they're going to be two very important ones. If you want to stay safe, pick the SanDisk Extreme Pro ones. Make sure they actually fit the camera and there's not like a micro SD where there's another little SD and then the adapter. Make sure it is all one unit. On that topic, a little SD card holder case. So this little guy is super handy, so it fits all of your SD cards super nicely, and it even locks in. So it's waterproof, it's water resistant. Haven't really tested if it's waterproof, don't really want to. It is nice and cushiony. If you drop it, it's a hard shell, so all their SD cards are going to be safely secured in here. Another thing your photographer friend will love is a hard drive or an SSD. This is the one that I typically like to use. It's a SanDisk one. I use 4 terabytes. And I try to use anywhere from 1050 to 2000 megabytes per second on the speed. I can make sure I list it in the description below because all these numbers probably sound like spaceship numbers to you. So everything will be listed down below for you so that you actually get the right one that your photographer friend will use and love for Christmas. So this is where they can store all of their photos on. This is where they can edit everything instead of storing everything on their computer or laptop or trying to save it on that SD card or in that camera. This is somewhere they can safely put their photos and transfer it from their SD card onto here. Another one, so whatever camera your photographer friend has, it will likely fit the Go dock. The difference between the Go docks is the type of camera. So I am shooting Nikon, so mine will be V1N. So that means V1 Nikon. There is like V1S for Sony, V1C for Canon. So make sure you are getting the correct one for that and knowing what the brand of camera you are buying for. And I love these ones because they have rechargeable batteries, so you don't have to carry AA's with you all the time, and it lasts forever. Like, I barely have to charge these things. It has a really good flash system in it. I've loved learning how to use this and navigate it. Another little add-on that you can buy these two together is a little diffuser. It just magnetizes on there. It diffuses the light a little better. I don't know if you can see that difference, but I love this. It just slides right into your hot shoe and syncs right to your camera. These are a little bit more on the pricey side, but definitely worth the investment for what you get out of it. Another one of my favorites. Now, a moment for the backpack. So I had another one before this, but this one is definitely my favorite. So for this one, it's like nice and leather, so it's very water resistant, first of all, which is like really, really good. You don't want to be stuck in a rainstorm with a leaking backpack that does not resist any water. So that's what I also love like about the leather. In the top compartment here, you have this part before it separates from this part, so it's just like an open thing. And then you also got like a zipper in here, so I got some other random crap in there. And then in the back of it also has like a place for your laptop, so if you go like down in here, it goes right there, so it's like sits right on your back nicely, and it's very cushioned in there so that your laptop won't get destroyed if you drop it or whatever. So that's what I really like. And then it just like tightens at the top, so you tighten it like this, and then you clip these guys. So they're just little magnets and they go right up in there. And you can actually adjust how big you want these. So if like I have nothing in here, instead of like all of that being loose, you can actually adjust these to go like tighter so that it could just be like that and super tight. But I usually have that pretty full, so I keep them that. And then it has a thing on each side, so I keep like a water bottle in this one. Nothing's in that one right now, but super random. And it also has, so for your tripod, it has a zipper here, or not, a buckle that you can, whatever is in here, clip onto or whatever. I actually usually just clip random things on there. Hence the claw clip and the carabiner. Of that, I do wish it would like extend like a little bit more in case I need to stretch it a little bit. It is so durable, so I'm not complaining. This part, so you have like a bunch of like different inserts that you can put in here and organize it the way you want it. I usually keep my flash in here and then a few lenses and bodies. So yeah, and then it has this little guy. So it has 3 compartments. So I keep a battery in that one, some random knickknacks in that one. And I haven't got anything in that one yet, but it zips up. Oh, it has a pocket here too. If you can see that. I just keep random things in there, but it has 2 zippers, which I love. So I can zip it so it goes up like this. So if the zipper were to break, like the seam part of it, that these zippers will still hold it like shut. So it's like this and like doesn't like completely come open, opposed to like if it was only clipped here, it would just completely like open. And then that's why I also, because zippers can like break pretty easily, especially if you're like putting a lot in this backpack. That's why I like this flap, because it's just an extra security to actually hold in all of that zipper stuff, so all your lenses and camera gear are protected. And it looks super cute. I love it. Easy to tighten, easy to loosen. And then it also has 2 like little hooks things here, so you can carabiner some stuff on there if you really want. So I love this backpack. Highly recommend it for your photographer friends. Even if it's just like a hobby or they're getting into weddings or traveling. I travel with this thing all the time. Works as a carry-on. I put my clothes in the top, camera gear in the bottom, and I'm good to go. Fits right under the seat. So I love this for a travel one. Obviously, you have seen my sweater by now. You cannot go wrong with getting some customized merch for your photographer friend for Christmas. Doesn't want to rep their own brand on their sweater. It's my favorite sweaters. It's my entire wardrobe right now. I have 5 different colors. So look into getting a nice sweater with their logo on it or their brand, and trust me, they will love it and they will live in it. Another little guy. This guy is like maybe like 20 bucks. Maybe 30. He doesn't come with this carabiner, sorry. This speaker is super easy to connect, has a pretty good battery, it's rechargeable from USB-C. The only part I don't like is trying to open it, but at least it's waterproof. The USB-C, that's water resistant, and that's easy just to clip on your bag for sessions, to listen to music. I actually take this like golfing and stuff too, so it's like kind of multi-use. So if your friend likes golf and photographing, this little guy could come in handy. Inexpensive, useful. I think it does come with a different carabiner. Another tip, some carabiners for your friends, because I carabine everything to my bag. Yeah, little air puffer. You can actually get it in a cleaning kit. I will put it below, and it has like a glove and a bunch of different things to clean your camera lenses and stuff. But the main thing that I use every single time is this guy, this air puffer. When you change out your lenses, you can use this guy, and it blows off the dust, because if you use your mouth, it gets condensated. So if you saw my video about the lenses, I will list that right here. I will put that video there and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Blow on it, gets condensated, but when you use this, it's just like air, and it's not warm air, room temperature air, and it blows off any of the dust. Because if you know cameras at all, you know that the little dust specks that get in between your lens and your body can make a huge difference and wreck all of your photos. So every time you switch lenses, you air puff this guy up, get all that dust off of there, and it saves all of your photos. So it's super inexpensive. So this is something I use all the time. Like, these are useful. These are going to be things your photographer friends will love for Christmas. I consider this if you're on a little bit of a budget or you don't really want to get anything too expensive, because you know photography is crazy expensive. This little guy is your best friend. My favorite photographer friend is a laptop person like me. Get this, is the best thing to travel with your laptop with. It is completely meshy in there and super cozy, protects your laptop. I love it. And then it has 2 front pockets, like other pockets in it, right up. Got a handle, got a thing back here, but I don't really use that. I love how safe it keeps it. That was just a USB thing. Didn't know I had that in there. This guy is perfect, especially if your photographer friend loves to travel or work at cafes or coffee shops or work on the run or just like always has like their laptop just freely like roaming around in like their car or like so careless with it. This will make their laptop last a lot longer. Do your photographer friend a favor and get them a laptop carrying case for Christmas. It's also not super expensive, and this is something I use all of the time. Another thing is a portable charger. You know that friend that just always has things that are always dying and they always need a charger? Get them one of these things. I use it for camping, I use it for on the go, I use it for wedding days. I honestly use it all of the time, and this one's a USB-C and a USB. I can charge it with USB-C, but then also out the energy through USB-C or USB. When I say I use it for weddings, this is what I mean. Their gift idea is extra batteries and then also a USB carrier here, so it fits in like right in the back. I never put it back in there because it's really bad just to keep bending wires. I get this guy and it's a USB. I'm sure like a lot of them are USB-C now, but I can charge two at the same time. I plug this in, I turn it on, and now my portable charger charges batteries for me in my backpack all the time, so it's a really good power source for on the go. So in case they don't have an outlet, they can find this, because most of the battery chargers are actually ones that plug into the wall, but I've been using this for like 4 years and I haven't found it has been deteriorating my batteries or the lifespan of them. I actually think it's just been absolutely amazing. It's way more convenient than trying to find an outlet, especially if you're on like a barn wedding or like in a tent and there's like limited like plugins. I would highly recommend getting one of these guys. So this one's custom to my battery, so mine's the Nikon Z batteries, so this one's like custom to that. So make sure that you figure out what batteries would actually fit it. This thing on the back of the battery, it'll tell you like, so this one's a Nikon DM NL15C lithium battery, and like look that up and then look up like USB charger or dual slot charger. I just looked up Nikon Z battery charger and found this. So another useful thing is just like any adapter if they have a laptop and limited like port slots. So like an adapter, so this plugs into USB-C in the side of my laptop, and then I can put a micro SD, an SD, a USB-C, and then 3 USBs and an HDMI. So, and another USB-C. So this is a Vital one. I honestly haven't had any issues with it. I love it. I use it just to import extra SD cards and micro SD cards. I also don't have USB on my laptop, so it's really handy when for some reason I need a USB. Most of them are USB-C now, but it's really handy when I do need that USB, and I can just plug it right into here in my laptop. So the last but not least, if they are a wedding photographer or they're using 2 cameras at some point in their career, this will save their neck. So it is a harness. It has like the little shoulder pads. You can clip things up on here. And then it has a safety strap here. So this hooks onto like the side of your camera. And then this hook screws into the bottom. And then the carabiner actually like locks. So it has a twist and it's not gonna open unless I unscrew this. And then open it. So it's like super secure. Like I love the double like feature on it. That's on both sides, and you can actually adjust the size on it, so it's just a leather belt. Comes in handy with weddings so often. I love being able to have access to my second body fairly quickly, so definitely look into getting this, especially if they're a wedding or elopement photographer. I've had this one for like a good 3 years and it's definitely looking good. A few like other ideas that are super useful for your photographer friends for the Christmas are any cute like boho blankets that they can use for like sessions. Those can be like a little bit more on the medium side, like maybe $50 to $70. So those are greatly appreciated. So cute little throw blankets they could use for, and they're try not to buy all the like the props and stuff unless they like have a studio and they're into that, but like try not to buy like all the props because usually it's not going to get used. So blankets are very generic and can be used over and over again. So blankets are a great way to show your appreciation to your photographer friends this Christmas. Also, any jumpsuits or cute attire they can wear to a wedding or to a session, but also still feel comfortable but look professional. So these could be like pantsuits, jumpsuits, cute rompers, anything that might jive with what they would wear on a wedding. I have a custom one for you, so you can head over to like Etsy or anything like that and get a custom photography strap with their name and brand on it, or for photography name. This makes it super cute and upgrades from like the generic like Nikon one and like super and then upgrades it to like something custom to them and something more comfortable. It just went through everything that is super useful to your photographer friends to gift this Christmas. I just want to express that this is not a load of this is actual things that your photographer friend will use. I'm not trying to just be like, here, go buy this random thing for your photographer friend. Trust me, I got a lot of random just hanging out in my studio here that I don't use and I didn't show you because I never use it. So these are things that are actually going to excite your photographer for this Christmas, and they're going to be super excited to get gifted these things, and they're going to use them and be super appreciated about them. Over to the description, I'll leave everything there for you because I know it sounds like a spaceship. If you're not a photographer, that's probably why you're here, because you have no idea what the heck to get for them, and you don't know what any of it means when it comes to the photography world. So I'm here to help you. Trust me when I say your photographer friend will thank you, and they will be super appreciative this Christmas.